finally regained consciousness, it felt like I'd been trying to drink my own body weight in cheap gin.
It sounds terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, band over 2.
Thank you. May I check your coat?
You know, I think I'll keep it, thank you.
Okay.
Is it less than $3? Oh, that's all right. That wasn't the worst of it, though. I had this ripping pain inside my head. I mean, I was munching ibuprofen tablets like they were Reese's Pieces. That didn't stop the blinding light I was getting behind my eyes or the pain I had in my head.
Did you see a doctor?
No, just the light flashes, actually.
Come, I'll take you to your seats.
Oh, thank you.
Here are your seats. We'll have to prepare another table for you since you were late this evening. Can I get your drink?
I don't think so. Why don't we just wait?
Certainly.
Oh, this must be the penalty box.
So, finish telling me about Linsky.
Okay. Well, the thought occurred to me that Carl Linsky might have gone through the same thing I was going through. I mean, you remember I told you he had that little scar on the back of his neck? Well, it wasn't so hard for me to envision jumping off the Golden Gate Bridge just to get away from the pain.
What had they done to you?
Well, I had no idea other than I got beat up really good. I didn't realize at the time the clock was ticking and that I had less than 48 hours to live.
What did you do?
Well, I was only halfway up a long series of steps. The next one was to find Robert Knott because he and I were on the same sinking ship together. Like my skull was full of razor blades, I found a pay vid phone and tried Wanda Peck again. This time she answered. I told her I had something she'd want to see, so she agreed to meet me at the Capricorn building.
What was so important that you wanted to meet me after hours?
I've got something that might interest even you.
I'm listening.
This disc is from Robert Knott's office.
How'd you get that?
Off the record, I stole it. Robert Knott's fallen out of favor with the Law and Order Party, and for all I know, he could be dead. But if he's alive, I want to know where he is.
Well, off the record, I know Robert personally. I like him. I don't know where he is, but I can give you the best guess I have. He owns a cabin up north, which no one knows about. Well, almost no one. I'll give you directions. Wait here.
Wanda gave me the direction to Robert Knott's cabin. I wanted to leave right away, but I was too beat. Went back to the office and I slept for a while.
Where was the cabin?
It was up north, way out in the woods. In fact, I didn't even find it until after dark.
Well, was he there?
No, but I could tell someone had been there recently. I got inside and started looking around for something that might tell me where Knott was hiding out. I figured if I warned him about Slade, he might tell me what the hell was going on with Law and Order. We're on inside the cabin. I knocked on the door, but there was no answer, so I let myself in. It's a good-sized skylight. You could get a full body tan just lying on the living room floor. Skylight control switch. I don't believe skylights are standard features in most log cabins. Perfect log for a romantic evening by the fire. Large, light, and dry as Mom's pot roast. A bunch of little fishies, and what's this? A small metal box. I guess I should check it out. Uh-oh. Those aren't fishies, they're piranhas. Looks Looks like I'll have to find an industrial-strength fishing pole. And like the stone said, wild horses couldn't drag me away. From ransacking the cabin, that is. This picture was hung on a bent nail. I suppose a regular hook just wouldn't do for an amateur frontiersman like Mr. Knott. Well, there's nothing like a length of good, sturdy rope. A water purifying hose made of a sturdy space-age metal. Now, this hose is screwed down pretty tight. I need to find some sort of unscrewer thing. Mini torch. There's got to be some way I can use this. And you could light a cigarette from across the table with this baby. Well, it's a good old-fashioned monkey wrench. Under a Killing Moon. Now that would be a great title for something. Looks like a deflated life raft or something.
Sounds like you'd worked with blow-up dolls before.
Hey, I have never been that lonely. But at the time, I had no one else to turn to. Robert Knott's top-level ID badge. This might give me access to someplace special in Law and Order Party headquarters. Well, I wasn't expecting any company, but as long as you're here.
What the hell's going on here?
Sorry, I was looking for food. I was in a plane crash a few miles from here, and I haven't had anything but human flesh for the last few weeks.
Let me guess. You play soccer. What kind of game are you playing now?
That's no game, Mr. Knott. Somebody inside Law and Order put a bounty on your head.
Tell me something I don't know.
Okay. I don't know who it is, but somebody inside Law and Order hired a hitman named Big Jim Slade. You're on his things to do list.
Keep talking.
Well, as you may or may not know, a lot of people have been dying lately, of self-inflicted and or accidental causes. And you and I just might be next in line.
Anything else?
All right. I should tell you that Wanda Peck gave me this address.
So who the hell are you? And what's your relationship to Wanda Peck?
Well, my name's Murphy and I'm a PI. And I truly believe that Wanda and I are destined to be soulmates. I'm just hoping that someday she'll consent to bear my children.
You know, I don't know if you're hooked up right. But Wanda wouldn't have let you come here if you weren't on our side.
You really think you're safe here?
It's as good a place as any. Doesn't really matter anyway. They're gonna find me sooner or later. Actually, my own death is not exactly high on my wish list of things I'd like to happen to me. But I'll tell you one thing. They know I'm not gonna give up without a fight.
So tell me something if you don't mind. But how does someone go from being the Law and Order Party candidate to the top of their things to kill list?
A candidate is sugar coating on a pill. The party sets an agenda, and all I do is try to make it a little easier for the public to swallow.
What's Law and Order trying to force feed us?
What'd you say your name was?
Murphy. Tex Murphy.
Well, you gotta believe what I'm gonna tell you, Tex.
Why not? I'm pretty gullible.
Law and Order has this plan. They're gonna put implants into everybody. It's gonna allow them to identify, track, and eventually control the whole population.
They really believe they could get away with that?
They know it.
Listen, maybe you can answer something that's really bothering me. If Law and Order is so powerful, why are they going around killing everybody?
Call. Greg Call. They're trying to kill anyone who has ties to him. He used to work for Gideon Enterprises.
Well, how about I go talk to Frank Shimming?
Shimming? No, he's squarely in the camp of Law and Order.
Well, maybe he's behind this whole thing. I mean, Shimming could be the Overlord.
You know about Overlord, too?
At this point, I started to smell gas.
Let me guess. You grabbed a couple of chili dogs for the flight up.
Not that kind. One of the bullets had hit the stove. Now the whole cabin was being flooded with gas. Who are those guys? Probably a hit squad. Looks like they accomplished their task. Now it took a couple of slugs before he hit the floor. Old-fashioned key. This might go to that frontier armoire in the bedroom. Hiding in the bedroom won't... A coat and hat. A little small for me, but I might be able to get some use out of them. Hey, I've got a proposition for you. A girlfriend would like to meet you.
Show us the girl. Hi, boys. Come on in, let's have a party. I got s'mores. Okay, we're coming in. I love hunters.
I gotta figure out a way to get out of here. Quickly.
That's just a rubber dog.
Well, I had a few singed hairs, but I was okay. Little did I know, things were about to really heat up.
Ooh, it sounds like Sylvia's about to make another appearance.
That's a good guess. After I got out of Knott's Inferno, I decided to fly back to Linsky's warehouse, check up on my client.
But she wasn't there.
Have I told you this part of the story before?
Oh, no, it's just that, well, I know how women work.
Well, that makes one of us anyway. So she's not at the warehouse. I fly over to her apartment. She's not there either. So I get in my speeder, I fly back to my office, I walk in the door.
And she's waiting for you.
Yeah.
Probably wearing something very nice.
To tell you the truth, I did not even notice.
Oh, of course not. So then she says, "Hello, handsome."
Well, needless to say, I was very, very upset with her. I thought we agreed that you would stay at the warehouse.
I know, but I started worrying something would happen to you. I don't feel very comfortable about being alone right now.
Sylvia, this thing is dangerous, and I don't think you realize how dangerous it is.
Well, tell me. I'm paying your tab after all.
Yeah, sure, bring business into this.
Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Am I not just a client? There were plenty before me, and there will be plenty after me.
That's what I tell myself.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean by that.
Tell me.
There's this thing. It's called the rules of a PI. And the number one rule is, don't fall for a client.
That wouldn't happen, would it?
Yeah, well, I'm holding you personally responsible for making me even think twice about it.
I feel so guilty.
Yeah, well, you should.
So tell me, are there any rules about kissing a client?
That falls squarely under Rule 1.
The rule that you're thinking twice about. So break a rule. How many rules are there?
37 so far.
So 36 out of 37, that's not so bad. And I won't tell a soul.
Sounds like you were just about ready to go into the deep fryer.
No, it's more like a quick sear, followed by a slow simmer. Listen, Sylvia, it has been an incredibly long day, and my resistance is just about 0. So if you will take 10 paces back, promise to quit smelling so good. I promise you that when this is over, look into the possibility. We got a deal.
Okay, I'll be good. But I'll hold you to that promise.
I've got a cot in the other room. You take that and I'll sleep here.
Sweet dreams.
That's not gonna be hard.
Do you miss her?
Oh, yeah. This again. You know, as soon as I lose some weight, I think I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't think I need to be reminded anymore. No, I don't think I do.
Good. Because I'm very selfish, you know.
That's one of the things that really attracts me to you.
Boy, that makes me happy to hear it. So now that you've described to me just about every temptation a man can stand, what happens next?
Nothing happened? Nothing happened, okay? Actually, I flew Sylvia back to the warehouse.
Good.
I thought you'd like that part. I went back to the office and I had a call.